Having our hearts ripped out by all these players and all this news, it felt like being stabbed in the jugular with a shovel. 2020 is already acting a fool, and it's just dragging this Carolina Panthers season down with it. What is going on? I'm Bradley with Double E Sports, and most of you know me for my weekly daily fantasy sports videos that we did all of last year, and really for several seasons now. But I want to take a minute just to discuss the offseason of my favorite football team, the Carolina Panthers. This is the first part of a season-long campaign that we're going to be activating with this lockdown, quarantine, coronavirus, COVID-19 going on. What better time to just look ahead and make videos and talk about the NFL season than right now? Because this offseason has been absolutely insane for the Carolina Panthers. We've had shock, awe, crying, happiness, joy, and everything else in between. So for those of you who are wondering where those other videos went, YouTube kind of exiled DFS content creators for daily fantasy sports because of the gambling aspect of things. It was a violation of their terms of service, but we're not going to really get into that. But you'll see all of my videos are now gone. So we're starting from scratch. So thank you so much for your continued support. Those videos, once again, will be back. But if you want research for all the other sports happening before then, you can still find all of that in the links in the description. So for today's video, we are going to be discussing what to expect for the Carolina Panthers, what we can expect in 2020. But I'm going to be doing it positively, okay? None of that negativity energy here, just BDE, baby. We know what Cam Newton meant to this team. The fans, the Charlotte area. No matter what you thought of his on-the-field play, he was really an incredible ambassador and someone that I'm happy to call my QB1. Also, if you have not seen his Instagram lately, that man is ready to work. He's going to bust it for a team that signs him, and they're about to get one of the most highly motivated individuals that I have ever seen. But for now, like most of us, he is unfortunately unemployed and looking for work during this COVID-19 lockdown. The season started off with all of these announcements we have over here. Ron Rivera was going to be leaving Carolina. And I think the team handled that terrifically, right? They gave him the press conference. They had the media come in and ask him questions, gave him time to prepare the speech, and it had this big departure. Not really a parade celebrating him leaving, but a parade celebrating what he meant to the Charlotte area. And I think they handled that wonderfully. He even had the time to make a shirt out, right? Missed opportunities? Yeah. Then, as Carolina Panthers fans, we had our heart ripped out time and time and time again. Shortly after the Ron Rivera news, they hired Matt Rule, someone who many people are excited about. And they still are excited about. He is a football mentality kind of guy. He is definitely a leader. I believe he's from a southern pastor's home, and so you can just hear that when he speaks, he definitely wants you to run through a brick wall for him. The Luke Kuechly retirement video made me cry. Greg Olsen leaving made me cry. Trey Turner being traded made me sad. I didn't cry because I do like Russell Okung. Then Cam Newton being cut. That's the one that hurt the most. And now we all basically need new jerseys for the 2020 season because no matter what jersey you had, he's no longer on the team. Unless it's Shaq Thompson or Christian McCaffrey. And at this point, I'm not safe to say that they're going to be here. Having our hearts ripped out by all these players and all this news, it felt like being stabbed in the jugular with a shovel. 2020 is already acting a fool, and it's just dragging this Carolina Panthers season down with it. I just want a little bit of good news. Don't get me wrong, we've had some really great signings, and I shouldn't say we. I'm not part of the Carolina Panthers. I'm not being paid. I'm not on their roster. So the Carolina Panthers have made some really good moves. No more negativity. I'm not going to be putting any more negativity into the air. On the side of my screen, you'll see all the offseason moves that we've made up to this point. I have James Bradberry on there as he seems like someone that is not going to be returning. It looks like the Giants are going to be landing him. So this video is being recorded on March 25th. This is the first of many series, so if there is news on James Bradberry, I'm sure there'll be another video that comes out. Some of the key arrivals. Super excited about these guys. Teddy Bridgewater, PJ Walker, both quarterbacks played extremely well in their shortened stints with their teams and in their starting roles. Robbie Anderson, a great wide receiver for this team to pick up. We'll be discussing him a little bit shortly. Tahir Whitehead, Russell Okung, a great left side offensive lineman. Justin Burris, Faroe Cooper, Justin Burris. I think I said him twice now. Stephen Weatherly. And then key departures. I mean, you've heard the names. You've been paying attention. You know Cam Newton, Luke Kuechly, Greg Olsen, Gerald McCoy, Trey Turner, Jarius Wright, James Bradbury, probably gone. Eric Reed, who I thought played terrifically last year. Yeah, I'm using that word twice in this video. I think Eric Reed played a wonderful season. Turns out he had some ankle and knee issues, all while setting 2 team records. We could reflect on the 2019 campaign and how it ended, but I'm going to continue to move forward and be the Mr. Brightside kind of person. But Bradley, the world is ending, and what could there possibly be to be excited about? This team has nothing. Shut up. Just shut up. Negative Nancy. Go eat your fish sticks in the corner and cry into your tartar sauce, because listen here, Toots, I've got a few bright spots for this team and what we can be looking forward to. How about this? An offense with Robbie Anderson, CMC, DJ Moore, Curtis Samuel. That could be pretty electric. Robbie Anderson should open up a lot of things for a lot of playmakers. PJ Walker and Teddy Bridgewater, both competing for the number 1 position, will elevate their play, and I'm excited to see what these guys can do. We saw PJ Walker in the XFL. We saw Teddy Bridgewater with the Saints. Both did a fine job, and it should elevate our quarterback play from what we were seeing from the Carolina Panthers in 2019 with Kyle Allen and Will Grier. Robbie Anderson coming in and immediately eases the struggles and really the stranglehold that people had over CMC and DJ Moore. I love DJ Moore. Don't get me wrong. He is an electric player, and we do need to get the ball into his hands. And once again, I shouldn't say we. The Carolina Panthers need to get the ball into his hands. Why? Because he is a playmaker. Hopefully, Robbie Anderson being on the outside, and for really the first time since Steve Smith was here, an eligible number 1 wide receiver should alleviate some of that concern. And finally, another bright spot, Matt Rule, Marty Hurney, and David Tepper have cleaned house. And listen to this. The money doesn't look good this year. That's what I'm talking about, the players. The money doesn't look good this year with dead cap space. It's actually kind of frightening. But they have set themselves up for extreme success in the years to come. So, next season, once again, I'm what most people would call an optimist, and I always have a positive and good lookout or good outlook on things. I don't have playoff hopes. I don't think anyone should. Look at the division, okay? But with the talent they've added and are bringing back, plus hopefully the better quarterback play from Kyle Allen, or better quarterback play instead of Kyle Allen and Will Grier, I should say, in 2019, finally they've paid attention to that left side of the offensive line, something they never did when Cam Newton was here, shifting back to that 4-3 defense under Phil Snow. All should be reasons that this team does improve in 2020. They should be competitive in every game, in my opinion. You have the offensive weapons to be competitive in every game. Granted, your division is stacked, in my opinion. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick up Tom Brady. The Atlanta Falcons should theoretically be starting 11 first-round picks on offense. Yes, Matt Ryan, Todd Gurley, Hayden Hurst, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Alex Mack. The list goes on and on. They should be a fantastic team. The Saints, you know what they're going to be doing, and then once again the Bucs. They have a great offense and a terrible defense. Maybe something similar that the Panthers could have. That's Bradley, you talking stupid. Guys like Brian Burns, Shaq Thompson, and earlier mentioned offensive weapons give me hope for this team in 2020. Brian Burns was a force when he played, and I think he can take over games given the opportunity. Hopefully, without Ron Rivera being there, Phil Snow can see that actual talent. He's young, he's hungry, he's coachable. Turn him into the all-star that we see him being. As I mentioned, Carolina Panthers, once again, being realistic, have the worst quarterback in the division. Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan. Not in that order. But I mean, you got some great quarterbacks there, and then we have PJ Walker and Teddy Bridgewater. Not to take away from them, they are good. Hopefully great. The defense is going to give up yards and will often be out of position without Luke Kuechly being there, learning a new system, and new coach, Phil Snow. There's holes all over that defensive line still. The offensive line still has some concerns in my eyes. The linebackers, the defensive backs. Heck, we really don't know who that starting quarterback is. All of these are things that are running through my mind. I'm trying to be positive about it, but these are things that we have to think about. I want to leave you with this. Do you trust the Carolina Panthers front office? Do you trust what they say? Do I think they want to win? Yes. Because they have a lot of money on the line, and if not, they're going to be losing a lot of money. So I know they're here to win, but I don't think they care about who they hurt in the process. So I want to know what your thoughts on this whole situation are. What do you think the Panthers in 2020 are set up to do? Do you think Matt Rule is going to bring in more guys and have this whole Carolina's Bear Owls thing, the Owl Bears? He wants to bring everyone from Temple and Baylor to this team. Why not bring a couple more? Drop a comment below with your prediction for the 2020 season. And are you happy or sad on how this Cam Newton situation played out and that he is no longer in Carolina? I know we're onto a new beginning. Many people want to hold on to those great, iconic, really larger-than-life characters forever. Unfortunately, this game isn't designed that way, and Cam Newton had to be moved on. Whatever team he does go to, I got to be honest, I will be cheering for a little bit. I'm sure many Carolina Panthers fans will be cheering for. But this is now Matt Rule, David Tepper. It is their regime. And unfortunately, there's no spot for Cam Newton in there. I just hope it all works out for him and for us as fans. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Drop those comments down below. Once again, we had to start back over at 0 videos. So I really do appreciate and thank you for your support. Make sure you come back and join us as we count down the days to the 2020 NFL season. We'll have more videos, mock drafts, draft results, more offseason moves, and weekly prediction videos for this 2020 NFL season.